I've been wondering, is there a specific criteria that shows must reach in order to become iconic? Like, I think we all understand that there is a clear, well-defined line between the greats and the icons. Icons are legendary, something that no matter how hard you try can never be recreated. They're at the top of their class for a reason. I guess one of the ways to think about it is the fact that every icon changed the game in some way. It's something that'll forever be referenced as the pinnacle of their genre and will be reiterated and innovated upon time and time again. But that's not what I'm looking for. I want something that's tangible. I want to understand the true meaning behind icons. Legends exist across all forms of entertainment. LeBron, Prince, DiCaprio, Messi, Ice JJ Fish. Behind every legend is a cult following, and while 70% can be weeded out as bandwagons, there will always be those who truly look at these icons as their North Star, their guiding light. This can ultimately change someone's life for the better. In my own life, I found a variety of things that truly feel like icons to me. YouTubers, basketball players, streamers, people who I've looked up to, not only as legends in their own lanes, but people who've been there for me when nobody else was. One of the greatest benefits of entertainment is the fact that it is a distraction. Distractions are necessary. It's something that you can disappear into when life is life. There's something about the genre of shonen that keeps bringing me back time and time again. Sure, slice of lives are calming and a great comedy can have you thinking about a joke for weeks on end, but shonen finds a way to tap into my inner child, the one that would watch new episodes of Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the weekends, singing theme songs on the couch and practicing action sequences outside as if I was there. Man, what a childhood. Shonen is the adult version of that, but more importantly, shonen gives us true icons. People that no matter what, you just have to follow. But why? What makes an icon an icon? As in, who left me with something that I couldn't live without? A life without freedom is not a life worth living. A character like Luffy would rather die than be under the control of anyone, and it's something that's reiterated to the viewer on more than a few occasions. Entire arcs have been dedicated to this single theme, and a way to truly drive their point into the fan's experience. Because if at nothing else, you'll understand that One Piece is a show of freedom. But of course, a show all about freedom must have a true liberator. Luffy is one of the most unique characters I've ever come across in shonen. I mean, sure, we've all been introduced to airheads whose only redeeming qualities rely on their ability to beat the villain, but none of them hold the same North Compass that Luffy does. Luffy fights not only for himself, but for everyone. Because if he can't obtain freedom for those around him, then why should he deserve it for himself? Luffy is a beam of light that attracts all, the perfect representation of what a true liberator should be. In life, there will always be different compromises that you're faced with, some more suppressing than others, but the one thing that you should never compromise is your freedom. Your freedom is invaluable, and there's no amount of money, fame, or promises that could ever be bargained for it. Seemingly more of an icon in popularity rather than personality, he still gives invaluable lessons through what he is and what he represents as a character. In absolute power, Gojo stands alone is something you've heard a million times. Well, maybe not specific to Gojo, but you have seen it. It's a very common played out role in most shonen, where a character has an uncanny amount of strength and is rivaled by none. So what's the difference in Gojo's case? Well, his character focuses a lot more on the latter, the idea that Gojo stands alone. The phrase is kind of misleading. It presents the idea that there is this all-powerful character who's reached an unattainable status. Therefore, he stands alone in power, strength, or potential. But in reality, there's another side to the same coin. Gojo is absolute, and so he's forced to stand alone in everything he does. Nobody will ever be able to understand his perspective because nobody's able to reach that level, making for a truly lonely existence. Although blanketed in power, Gojo is alone and will always be alone. So where does he go from there? There seems to be two options the show presents to us. The first is Sukuna's path. He buys into being the strongest, doing whatever he can to keep and grow that title, eventually becoming so strong that being being lonely doesn't really matter anymore. Connection is becoming a distant past to the current future of strength. Burn everything down in pursuit of becoming the strongest. Whereas Gojo gives an alternative route. Even in overwhelming strength, try and find meaning in the little things along the way. Make those connections even though they can't be made back. Give the guidance that you know is needed even though it may not be understood from where they are right now. Everything that you can do for those below you, do it. Because everything that you do from your position will have value to others. Use your strength as a way to guide others, and in that way give them a different path to walk. A path void of loneliness. Gojo teaches us that even in overwhelming power, there are things that should always be stronger than you. That is your ability to be human. Soul teaches us about connection. Death the Kid teaches us about symmetry. And Black Star, well, he gives us a lesson on how to become a god. It's actually quite simple. He believes he's a god, therefore he is a god. Icons don't have to be special, they don't have to be unique, they just have to stand for something. Anything that you can take with you and think, whoa, that's cool. They make lessons cool to learn, and at the bare minimum, that's enough for me. That's who Black Star is. He makes it fun to watch Soul Eater in a way that no other character can. He sets no barrier on himself, and therefore he's able to surpass his limits that much easier. Who decided that human beings are weaker than gods? Humans did. Time and time again, we concede our greatest dreams due to the fact that it's not possible. But what if it was? What if the ability to surpass godlyhood was right in front of us the whole time, and all we had to do was believe in ourselves? Black Star's formula, his lesson, is a simple one, but it's essential to a valuable existence. To never cut your dreams short. The stars are in reach. All you have to do is grab them.
A real ninja never gives up, and neither will I! Don't you guys worry about me, I'll be fine!
One of the most common motifs that come across shown in anime is the idea of getting back up when you're knocked down. When the going gets tough, how will you respond? When you don't have enough strength, enough speed, enough knowledge, enough talent, what can you do? Well, Naruto's answer will always stay the same. Naruto never gives up. As I said earlier, this is something that seems to be the recurring theme of all shonen series, but it really does synthesize with Naruto's character the best, because his truly feels realistic. Sure, it always feels good to see a protagonist win a fight based purely off of will alone, but let's be for real, none of the battles we fight are actually physical. I mean, at least in my life, most of the time it's the little things we persist through that really makes a difference. Naruto perseveres through death, through promises to friends, and everything he does it by following his Nindo and never backing down from that code. And in his perseverance is where he finds his unyielding strength to tackle any situation he finds himself in. Naruto may seem invincible at times, seeming like whatever the world throws at him, he comes out on the other end fine. But it's all in his approach. Yes, it's okay to grieve and it's natural to really sit down and think about how you feel, but never let that be the end. Always get back up and tackle what you're facing head on. This is why Naruto is so integral to my character, why Naruto is my icon. Odd. You know, I've been thinking about this video for a while now, and by thinking, I mean I've been scripting. My icons in my life have meant so much to me, and it's something that I'd like to share with y'all, hence why this video is even being made. But something's been bugging me. When I started out with this idea, I concluded that Naruto would be my icon, the one that's given me the most when nothing else was there. Because he's one of the characters in shonen that I sympathize and more importantly, empathize with the most. But that's not right. Honestly, it's what I've been trying to understand this entire video, because no matter how much I call Naruto my icon, there's another voice in me calling Luffy my icon, calling Black Star my icon, calling Gojo my icon, calling Ed and Al my icon, calling Goku my calling Light my calling Kagurabachi, calling Sakamoto my icon, calling Momonosuke, Sagi my calling Emma my calling Magun my icon. They're all my icons. And I think that's been the answer this whole time. You want to know what they call people who only have one true icon in their life? A single person who guides their will, their morals, their north compass? They're called drones. They don't think for themselves. In reality, true icons aren't perfect. They're human, just like us. They make mistakes and surely have qualities that we can't relate to at all. But the things that gravitate us to them, the qualities that make them icons in our eyes, well, that's what we take with us. I follow Luffy for his definition of freedom. I trust Gojo in understanding that it's lonely at the top. I admire Black Star for creating his own destiny, and I attach to Naruto's ability of consistently battling through his losses. In real life, there's no such thing as a soul icon, because everyone has their flaws. Instead, we pick up a culmination of traits from the people we call icons to create what we believe to be our ideal icon, our true self. That's what makes icons so important, and that's what icons mean to me. Yeah, I think that's right.